Well, guys, I'm pretty sure by now you guys know that the juveniles involved in beating bit balls up to a pulp, blood everywhere, some woke judge let these juveniles off very, very easily. I believe the male involved got like, and they were like young too, man. I don't remember exact ages, but they got like basically probation. That's it. Not going to juvie, nothing like that. Basically a slap on the wrist. However, there was more than just minors involved in that beating, folks. It was actually adults. Black adults. We're talking about like ages 18, 19, whatever. Yeah, you are an adult at that age. And when you actually commit crimes, oh, there's some consequences. There are some consequences, folks. But guess what? A couple of these black scumbags who beat up bit balls, they just found out. Yeah, they found out. They got hit with charges. Yeah. And hopefully, you know, they do some real time because, man, bit balls was really messed up. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys saw that picture, man. It looked like he was unconscious or something. But there was just blood everywhere, man. Absolutely crazy. Judge Janine is not taking this laying down, folks, and she brought up some charges on these two guys. Let's get into it, guys. Here we go. Right over here. Authorities charged two more suspects with attack on prominent Doge employee. So let's go ahead and watch this clip right here. Then we'll actually get to Judge Janine and listening to what she said. Let's play this. Here we go.
Now been arrested and charged as adults in connection with the brutal beating of a former Doge staffer. That attack in part spurred President Trump's federal crime emergency in D.C. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro, held a news conference this afternoon. As News 4's Paul Wagner reports, Pirro is calling on the D.C. Council to take action.
D.C. police say this is a photo of 18-year-old Anthony Taylor of Temple Hills. On the morning of August 3rd, he and several others, according to police, attacked a young man at a Sunoco station on U Street, an attack that preceded the attack of Edward Correstein, the former Doge staffer, who was assaulted outside his car on Swan Street the same morning. Police say the key to this case is the fact one of the defendants, Anthony Taylor, was arrested hours after the attack on Correstein for another crime. And his
Wait a minute. He was arrested for another crime. I mean, I guess he was just having a night out on being a criminal.
Photo was taken. Detectives then compared that photo to surveillance video from the attack at the Sunoco station and video showing the group of teens walking through an alley to Swan Street. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says the second defendant, 19-year-old Lawrence Powell, had been arrested multiple times before the assaults at the Sunoco station and on Swan Street. And she says he got several breaks in Superior Court from judges who treated him with kid gloves.
In other words, Democrats.
So after a felony of attempted robbery conviction, after a violation of probation, after a second crime, after a second conviction, after no compliance with C. Sosa, the judges say do better and they let him go.
The U.S. Attorney says the law in the district needs to be changed so juveniles are held accountable.
We have long believed that it's time to lower the age of criminal responsibility. It's time that we get 15-year-olds who are part of this gang into the criminal justice system so that we have a record of who they are. So we start to incarcerate them.
Previously, two 15-year-olds, a girl and a boy, were charged with the attack on the former Doge staffer and appeared in juvenile court. They both received probation. According to the court
Wow.
document filed in this case, police were able to build their cases against Taylor and Powell almost entirely by looking at and comparing surveillance video. Now, police are continuing to look for the others who were in that group that night, and the investigation continues.
Yeah, so more people are probably going to be finding out. Probably are. Now, I'm willing to bet, guys, because we got their pictures right here. That's one of the guys right there, Lawrence Cotton Powell, on the left right here. That's him. And Anthony Taylor right there. Something's telling me, man, they're going to flip on their accomplices. Yeah. They probably want a lesser sentence or something like that. They're probably going to tell who else is involved in this. That's what I'm just speculating. Don't know that for sure. Man, this is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But that's Washington, D.C., man, before Trump actually cracked down on the crime. Astonishing, right? Now, let's watch a more extended clip here of Janine Pirro here. Here we go.
Them. Today, we are announcing that Lawrence Cotton Powell, who is 19 years of age, along with Anthony Taylor, who is 18 years of age, are now charged with assaulting Levine. Cotton Powell was stomping on Levine's head, as you can see in this poster to my left. Levine was able to get up momentarily, but the crowd chased him and got him down again. They continued to attack Levine while he was on the ground, and then proceeded to rob him of his sneakers and his watch. The group then, after the robbery and assault of Ethan Levine, they walked in the direction of where another crime occurred within minutes. You have heard of this crime. Edward Korestein, a 19-year-old Doge person who was working in the administration, was walking a young woman to her car when he was approached in the 1400 block of Swan Street Northwest. Approximately 10 suspects approached him, and as they did, he pushed the young woman into the car. And he was protecting her from the group before he was then attacked by multiple suspects, who then punched him repeatedly, causing significant injuries to him. They got him on the ground, and as they were doing so, they demanded the car from the woman who was inside the car and had already locked the car. They were banging on the car. They were pulling the car door, trying to get the car open, and were telling the woman in the car to hand over the keys. And the woman was, as I said, able to lock the car door, so they were unable to gain entry. And it was fortuitous that someone from the Metropolitan Police Department was on patrol. He happened to pull onto the block, and he witnessed the suspects actually assaulting Korestein, who was on the ground lying next to the car. The juveniles fled, but within a short period of time, two 15-year-olds were arrested, and they were taken into the family court by the Attorney General's office. That is the local Attorney General's office. Now, I think what's significant about this case is the history of Lawrence Cotton Powell. I want you to follow me on this. Lawrence Cotton Powell is 19 years of age. He's now charged with robbery, first-degree robbery, for which he faces 15 years in prison.
Ooh.
He also faces a charge of assault with intent to commit robbery and another 15 years. And robbery for Edward Korestein, 15 years. Assault with intent to commit robbery, another 15 years. And attempted carjacking, 5 years. Now, let me tell you his background. On April 3rd of this year, Lawrence Cotton Powell was sentenced for a felony attempted robbery. My office asked for jail time. Judge McClain, a judge sitting in the criminal part in Superior Court with no criminal background, made a decision to give Cotton Powell probation in spite of his conviction on a felony attempted robbery. Within 31 days, by May 4th, Powell reoffends. He's rearrested while he's on probation from the felony, and he's charged with simple assault and possession of a prohibited weapon B. On May 4th, my office asked that probation be revoked. But on May 16th, that same Judge McClain comes back and releases Cotton Powell and tells him basically, be a good boy. On July 24th, he is sentenced to one of the two misdemeanors that he's charged with. Again, my office asked for jail time after he victimized yet another person. And on July 25th, another judge suspends his sentence and decides that he should be on probation. So after a felony of attempted robbery conviction, after a violation of probation, after a second crime, after a second conviction, after no compliance with C. Sosa, the judges say do better and they let him go. And guess what? Within 10 days, he's at it again with Ethan Levine and Edward Korstein. Now, the co-defendant in this case is an individual by the name of Anthony Taylor. He charged also with the same arrest. He is with the same crimes. He is from Maryland. He is 18 years old. We are unaware of any history as it relates to him. I want to thank the Metropolitan Police Department. I want to thank the fact that this department went above and beyond and worked incredibly hard.
But we know that Anthony Powell was arrested later on that night for another crime he committed after beating up pit bulls. Wow. These guys need to do the hardest time possible. 15 years. That's what I would give them. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.